The way the energy storage industry is structured today, like so many industries, is an interplay between a lot of different components and players all over the world. Even if there are firms that manufacture or integrate their systems in the US, let's say Tesla, for example, a lot of them depend on a lot of parts from China. Things like the battery cells and battery modules that come in from overseas. So this is hitting a lot of different ways, both suppliers that totally do their manufacture overseas versus ones that do manufacture partly or wholly in the US. We'll talk about some ways there are some domestic entirely as suppliers, but I think it's important to note that it's having impacts across everyone, really, regardless of how you put your product together. You're going to have some components that come from China or from other countries that have been hit with tariffs.
That the other unique thing about this executive order from May 12th is, which then was put into effect on May 14th, is that it was actually the 90 days was set from the date of through going through customs. Typically, in the past, in the previous changes were all based on the shipment date, and so that really threw people for a little bit of a loop because they're like, "Oh, 90 days, great." That shouldn't be a problem to get everything on a boat by then. But then to say, oh, wait, actually, it's 90 days. I have to actually get it through customs while everyone else in the world is trying to get through customs. That makes it a little more challenging. So the reprieve was like exciting. And then people realize, uh-oh, it's not quite as exciting. But it's still obviously something, especially for people who already had product ready to ship or products that are on a boat already in transit. But to answer your question, yeah, I think the expectation is that there'll be some level of extension or at least a slight increase to the current level. But I think by and large, everyone I've spoken to, as well as if you saw that article earlier from Bloomberg, which talks about 22 analysts, no one expects them to go back to where they were.
And just for context, too, we're looking at now, this is dollars per kilowatt hour, just for size now. Say a residential product tend to have, say, 15 kilowatt hours or so, up to, commercial industrial, maybe 100 to 200 kilowatt hours, depending on the product. And then most of the utility scale products are up to about 5,000 kilowatt hours in a 20-foot enclosure. So for utility scale, you'd be talking at 165, where we're at currently, you're down at about $800,000 for this product, which, just a few years ago, that same amount of storage capacity was going to cost you, say, over $2 million, for that same product. So while, yes, tariffs are scary, they're coming very quickly. It really is just I'd say a road bump or a blip in terms of the broader curve, which is those prices really falling and continuing to fall, similar as to what happened in the solar industry. I think anyone who knew the industry well, you'd see like back in 2022 there was that uptick. That was mainly caused by some shortages, both in lithium carbonate, which is one of the key inputs to batteries, as well as some kind of lingering logistics issues after the pandemic.
Although there haven't been other tariffs enacted yet in terms of or active at the moment on countries, there still are on the books, and they have a 90-day reprieve, 90-day window as well. So to renegotiate some kind of an agreement. So it is possible that, yeah, as that 90-day window expires, which I think for those would be in sometime in April, they're started in April, so that would be basically sometime in July. We may start seeing other countries like Vietnam, in particular, Indonesia, Malaysia, to go back having tariffs. So it is challenging to really make big decisions around pivoting outside of China right now because you don't really know what's going to be like on those countries.